Step 2 when buying a home in Edmond, Oklahoma is the pre-approval process. Yes, folks, it's the pre-approval process. Unless it's a cash purchase, then you're going to need financing. And with the crazy way that interest rates have been happening here lately, you need to absolutely know what that payment is going to be. So this video, step 2, the pre-approval process in the home buying process, is what this video is going to be all about. I'm not a lender, not licensed to talk about financing. I'm just telling you what to look for, what to ask the questions on when you're speaking with one of the local lenders that the team of agents at eXp Realty and I provide to you. So if that's something that you want to learn more about, the financing stage, the loan stage, the pre-approval stage of the home buying process, that's exactly what this video is going to be about. All right, if you're new to the channel, my name is Josh Barnett, team of agents that I work with, eXp Realty and I. We make this channel so customers just like you know more and more about Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area. If that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And as always, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The number that's popping up down below, that's how to get a hold of us. That way we can help you when you're relocating to move within Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area. Now let's get into today's video all about the pre-approval. Okay, there's different lenders. You have a bank, you have a relationship with a bank like we talked about in the last video. You may want to use them. You may want to ask them, hey, can you help me with my home loan? They absolutely can. You sure can do that because you already know, like, and trust them. That's completely fine. But if you don't have a local lender, a lender who has access to the underwriters, who can get things pushed through for you quickly and stick to the schedule, then what you want is you want us to send you a list of local lenders to other customers that have worked with in purchasing homes over the last 15 years, have been happy with. We've got probably, 8, 9, 10 different lenders because each lender has special products for each different house and each lender is different. We'll give you a list of them all so that you could call them, interview them, and find out which one is going to work best for you. Someone that I might like working with is different than someone that someone else might like working with. That's why we give you a list of those lenders so you could call them and interview them and see who do you click with more. Okay, Josh, that sounds great. So what the heck do I ask them when I'm interviewing them? Great question. Let's talk about that. You want to ask them first and foremost, I think that's how it's said. First and foremost, you want to ask them, what are my payments going to be? What can I buy? Because houses, there's all different house ranges. You can get a house for $150,000. You can get a house for $5 million. If you're going to be financing, what are my payments going to be? That's the first question you got to ask them, because whatever they approve you for, it doesn't mean you got to use it all. Like I said in the last video, if they approve you for a $700,000 home, you could still buy a $500,000 home and be perfectly happy here in the state of Oklahoma. A $500,000 home is an amazing home. We're talking 4 bedrooms, study, 3-car garage, depending on where you want to be at. If you want a downtown pit house condo, I don't know if they're as inexpensive as $400,000 or $500,000, but they could be. I think they range in prices. I mean, you can get some. I think I've seen some as low as $300,000 for the pit house. You're going to be paying more though, because it's the pit house. That's just, it's the penthouse. It's the penthouse for a reason. Am I right? So you want to find out first and foremost what you're approved for. You'll have to fill out their loan application. You have to give them permission to pull your credit. They will look at all that and then they'll say, hey, here's where you're approved at. Now, big question I always tell people to ask too during that pre-approval process in the amount process is, do I got to sell to buy? Because if you have to sell and buy at the exact same time, it's doable, but it's stressful. Don't get me wrong. I understand. I empathize with you. Moving from one house in the morning, closing on another house in the afternoon, it's a stressful situation. So if you're blessed enough and you're in a situation where you can buy, move, and then sell, that is something you absolutely want to ask the lender about, because that makes everything so much less stressful, especially if you've got little kiddos at home. Moving's already stressful. You want to protect them, you want to cherish them, you want to make it as smooth as possible for them. So if you can buy and then sell, that is absolutely the way to go. But if you can't, no worries. Probably 70% of the customers that we work with, they sell and buy on the same day, and it's absolutely doable. The team of agents I work with, eXp Realty, that's what we're here for. We're here to make that happen for you. So not a big deal. Okay, Item number 3, rate lock. You really want to pay attention to the rate lock. If your lender is able to give you a pre-approval and lock your rate right now before getting a contract, that's something you want to know. That's something you absolutely want to know. With the Fed talking about raising rates over and over again and raising rates like he has in the past. Now, the CPI, from what I hear, did show signs that inflation is slowing, but we still don't know what the Fed's going to do. But you want to find out what the policy is, what that bank allows to lock your rate. If you've got to have a contract, a signed contract, lock your rate, you need to pay very close attention to that, because if every time the rate goes up, it lowers a buyer's buying power. So what does that mean? It increases your payment costs. When the lenders raise the interest rate on loans, it increases the cost to rent the money that you're renting to buy the house. So if they will give you a rate lock before you contract the house, that is absolutely something you want to know when you're speaking with those lenders. Okay, thumbs up if that's helpful. Thumbs up if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, comment down below, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd be happy to go over it with you. Item number 4, when you're going through the pre-approval process and you're talking with the lender, ask about early payment. Every lender in the world should be able to give you early payment without any penalties. You want to make sure you're getting that. You don't want any penalties for paying off your loan early. What if you win the lotto? What if you get a big bonus at work and you can pay off the rest of your loan because you're closer to the end of the loan schedule? You know, you want to ensure that there's no prepayment penalties when paying off your loan early when you're talking to the lenders. Now, 99.9% of all the lenders are going to give you no prepayment penalties, but you just want to make sure with the ever-changing lending market that we're in that that's not there. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. This one is super cool. Item number 5 that you want to talk about with the lender when you're talking about financing is if they offer re-amortization. Why do I care about that, Josh? Hear me out. You get, especially if you're buying and then selling, if you're not selling and buying on the exact same day, if they offer you re-amortization, you want to take that equity out of the house after you've moved into the new one and then you sell the other one. There's some lenders like Gateway Mortgage where you could take 10% of the loan, verify with them. At the time of this video, it was correct, but verify with them. You can take 10% of the loan amount, the loan balance. Let's say you have a $400,000 loan balance, you sell your other home, and let's say you have $120,000 in equity. Well, that's well more than 10% of loan balance. You could take that $120,000 in equity and dump it on your new home loan, basically taking that new home loan from $400,000 down to only $280,000, and they will re-amortize the payment. They will lower the payment based on that new loan amount. You don't get a new interest rate, that's locked in, all that other stuff, but wouldn't that be super nice to take that $400,000 loan payment down to only a $280,000 loan payment after you've sold your other home because you bought this home first and then you sold that home, take that equity, put it into this home, and knock that loan payment down from a $400,000 loan to a $280,000 home if you had $120,000 in equity in that other home. Does that make sense? Wouldn't that be nice? When you're talking to lenders, absolutely find out if they have the re-amortization available for the loan that you're getting. And then other things that you want to talk about with your lender, guys, is things like what's your down payment going to be? What is, are they going to escrow your taxes, etc., stuff like that. Real basic stuff, but these are some features that I want to talk with you about in today's video that a lot of people don't think about that you do want to ask the lender about, because that would be super beneficial to find a lender that gives you all those items. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Step 2 in the home buying process. The video that will be popping up over here, is going to be step 3 after the video comes out. Now, this is a brand new series. If you're watching this series right when it comes out, that video won't come out for another 3 weeks, but it's going to get you to the playlist that has all those videos in it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. The group of agents I work with, eXp Realty and I, we're absolutely here to earn your business when you're relocating to, move within Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area, and especially like this video is all about financing your Edmond, Oklahoma home. See you guys on the next video.